Please welcome 7-time Grammy Award winner, Mr. Phil Collins.
Have a seat, Mr. Phil Collins.
What an introduction. I can't possibly beat that. Most of those records are in my garage, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, it's so awesome to have you sitting here and just as a fan.
That's
your
very nice.
music is so incredible, and you have your voice one of a kind. So now that I've got all the gushing out of it, see like my Phil Collins.
Unfortunately, the face only a mother could love.
Nah.
But nevertheless, we're here.
Now the family. You have two kids?
I've got 4 kids.
4 kids,
yes.
But of the 4 kids, the oldest one is 31.
31.
And the youngest is 2.
2.5, yeah, he's here.
Wow, yes, we just saw a picture. Look at that. And you have...
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Good heavens, it's my family.
See what we can do?
It's not often I get a chance to see them all together, you know.
Well, see, there you go. And your oldest is a rock musician as well, yes?
My oldest son, yeah, Simon, he kind of grew up on tour with Genesis, and he wanted to do that from a very early age, and so he's just we just finished his 2nd album.
Very nice. What's the vein? Is it rock?
Yeah, well, he's a songwriter. I mean, it's funny because when he also does disc jockeying, you know, so he plays a sort of acid and house stuff, but then when he writes songs, he's just as likely to write something like me or Elton John or Bruce Hornsby when he writes, and he's a fantastic drummer, so he's across the board, really.
Did you ever think that he'd follow in your footsteps?
No, you know...
Did you hope that he wouldn't follow in your footsteps?
Well, it's, you know, we're having this conversation backstage with my manager, who, you know, one of these people I've been with 30 years, and we're all now at the age where we have kids that basically are doing jobs, you know, and my dad, when I was born, I took an interest in music, he just apparently did say, I just want one kid that's normal. Just one kid, because my brother was a cartoonist, my sister was a skater, and then I was going to be a musician, you know. And now I feel the same, because my Nicholas is 2.5, he plays drums, you know, he's got a drum kit at home and he's playing well, and he's 2.5, and I think, just one normal kid, please.
Well, even at 2.5, when you look at what $100 million can get you, like, oh, I want a drum too.
Yeah.
You know? Now, looking at all these shows that these rock guys are doing, you have the Osbournes and Nick and Jessica. Is there a reality show in the works for you as well?
Oh, no. No. Too boring. Too boring. No, not for me. I don't really, you know, get the sort of the joy behind it. You know, I can't. The Osbournes did something different. I mean, that's kind of.
Well, because that's just funny.
Yeah, and he's like that, you know, Ozzy. I met him for the first time at the Queen's Jubilee concert last year. I was house drummer, and I got a chance to play Paranoid. Oh, I've avoided it all my career, but then suddenly I had to play it, you know. But he was great. But he actually does, he is like that, you know.
Really? Because I've always had this image of, he's on camera, and he goes, is the camera off? Thank goodness. Man, I'm tired of all that stuff.
He is like that, and he was very nervous for the Queen show, you know, so, and he lost his voice. And Sharon said, take him under your wing, tell him it's going to be okay. And I was bonding with Ozzy, you know, it was fantastic. And he was the only person, I mean, I played with loads of people that day. But he sent me a present afterwards. He sent me a photograph album from Asper's. Really thoughtful. I mean, he's a very nice guy, yeah.
He's a gentleman.
Yeah. One off, though. He's a unique character.
Yeah, there's only one Ozzy.
Sharon?
So, you... We got Phil Collins to do an Ozzy impersonation. That's how. Now, with so many hits, you've got tons of hits. Is there anything that as soon as they say, oh, Phil, sing this, you go, oh, I cannot do that again?
Well, you know, there's the Groovy Kind of Love is kind of one of those songs. And funnily enough, Against All Odds, which is a lot of people's favourite.
That was a monster song, though. It was a monster.
Yeah. But, you know, some songs you kind of, you really feel a lot of love for. And that song I kind of did have when I wrote it.
Right.
But it's funny because it was a song that the germ of the song was there when I did my first solo album. I didn't even like it enough to put it on the record. And And then, of course, you know, then it became the song. I rewrote it for the movie. And now people get married to it, buried to it, they have kids to it, you know. I mean, and who knows what else, you know. And I feel
That's
like...
what I want when I'm getting buried, against all odds, rocking away.
Yeah, I mean, I've got letters, you know, conceived the child to the song. I mean, it's meant so much to so many different people, but if I didn't have to sing it again, it wouldn't really matter to me. You know?
What happened with you and the controversy around that song at
with
the Academy
Oscars,
Awards?
Yeah, well, that was the first time I ever was lucky enough to get nominated, and I rang up because I was actually going on my way to Australia. I was going to be here on the way for the Academy Awards, and I said that I'd be here, so I'd be there to sing it. And they said, well, Mr. Collins, Paul Collins actually was what they called me, because they didn't know who I was at all. They said, we don't want you to sing. So they had a dancer, Anne Rankin, dance it and kind of showbiz Broadway sing it. And
But it's your song.
Yeah, but you know, I wasn't well known at all then. You know, the song was #1, but they didn't know who I was. So they got Anne Rankin to do it, and it was a big controversy, and it was kind of, you know, maybe that's part of the reason why they've got a funny feeling about the song. It's a strange little song.
Does it hurt, Phil?
No! I'm over it now. I'm over it. No, it was just one of those things where you'd naively come in and say, sure, I'll sing it, you know, and they said, no, thanks, we don't want you.
That's cool, too. Me too, Slam.
Yeah.
What I love is your music, especially the music that you've done. I guess in the last 6 years, you've done a lot of family stuff. You've done the Disney stuff with Tarzan, and now you're doing Brother Bear, and Elton John did Lion King. Yeah. What's the appeal, do you think, to some of these really hard rocking guys to then turn around and make family fare?
Well, some of it is because you know you become, as you get a little older, you become more aware of family, and you know. I mean, I've got, as you say, Nicholas is 2.5, and when Lily, my 14-year-old, when she was 5 or 6, is when I started doing Tarzan, you know, and it was just sort of, wouldn't it be great if she went to the cinema and heard her dad sing, you know? It was kind of that kind of thing. But from a selfish point of view, I get asked to do all these interesting things. And from a songwriter, you know, for me, it's to be asked to write music for a Disney movie, which I've grown up with my parents, and my children have grown up with me. Well, that's, I've never done that before, so let's see if I can do it.
Well, you've more than done it. Not only did you write the song, and you're going to come back and perform for us, but you scored the entire movie of Brother Bear.
Well, me and Mark Mancino. Yeah, they asked me if I would be interested in scoring a film, and I'd never done it before, and I couldn't have done it without Mark Mancino, who did score Tarzan. And we worked together on this, but I lifted my game, and you know, I love to have some challenge thrown down at me to see if I could do it. We're doing a Broadway version of Tarzan now, which is something, again, you know, I'd never have dreamt.
Is it going to be like Lion King with the puppets and whatnot?
Well, I mean, it can't be like Lion King.
Right.
Obviously, it has to be something completely different, because that's Disney too, and you know, you can only do that kind of thing once, and that's in a way why we haven't done it. You know, it's been such a long time in development, because we've been trying to find a way of doing it that is unlike anything else, and we've come up with that. But I'm writing, you know, I've written 7 or 8 new songs for the musical. But the point is that I'm now, you know, if you'd have said to me 10 years ago, you're going to be writing a musical, I'd have said, oh, not me, you know. But here I'm just loving every minute, and as long as Disney and people like Disney keep asking me to do something different, I'll keep saying yes, because it's you know, it's fantastic.
That's what we want to hear, man. Folks, when we come back, we have a musical performance from Mr. Phil Collins. You don't want to go anywhere. Come back.
Next, don't miss an incredible performance from Phil Collins. And later, find out why Vanna White is in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Performing the hit single, Look Through My Eyes, from the soundtrack to Disney's new animated feature, Brother Bear. Please welcome Mr. Phil Collins.
So don't run, don't hide, it will be alright, you see. Trust me, I'll be there watching you. Just take a look through my eyes. There's a better place somewhere out there. Just take a look through my eyes. Everything changes, you'll be amazed what you find. If you look through my eyes, all the things that you can change, there's a meaning in everything, and you will find all you need. There's so much to understand. Take a look through my eyes. There's a better place somewhere out there. Just take a look through my eyes. Everything changes. You'll be amazed what you'll find. You'll be amazed what you'll find. Oh, just take a look through my eyes. There's a better place somewhere out there. Just take a look through my eyes. Well, everything changes. You'll be amazed what you'll find. You'll find a better place when you look through my eyes. There's a better place. Just take a look through my eyes. There's a better place if you look through my eyes. Take a look through my eyes. Take a look. Take a look. Take a look. Take a look. Take a look through my eyes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Phil Collins. Now stay tuned because later in the show, I've twisted Phil's arm and we're going to sing Sussudio. Everyone in the audience also gets a copy of the Brother Bears soundtrack, which is in stores right now. See Brother Bears in theaters this Saturday, November 1st, and we will be right back.
Vanna White almost never got a chance to turn a letter on Wheel of Fortune. Find out why next. And later, don't miss our 6-year-old correspondent, Little Stevie, on the red carpet with big stars.
Once again, we have Mr. Phil Collins, and he's going to be performing the classic hit, Sussudio.
Ba
Mr. Phil Collins, you can't beat this, man. We'll be right back